Hello everyone. Today topics of discussion are what is tree, what is binary tree, types of binary tree, representation of binary tree in the memory, traversing of binary tree, constructing a binary tree from traversal sequence. Let us start with what is tree. Tree is non-linear data structure. We can also say it is a hierarchical data structure. A tree can be empty with no nodes, or tree is a structure consisting of one node called root and 0, 1 or more subtrees. We can also define a tree in a recursive manner. Let us see a recursive definition of a tree. A tree is recursively defined as a set of one or more nodes, where one node is called the root of the tree and rest of the nodes can be partitioned into non-empty set where each of them is called subtrees of the root. Tree is also defined as V, E, where V is the set of vertices and E is the set of edges. Let us see this figure. This figure depicts a tree hierarchy. Topmost node of this hierarchy is called the root node. A root node is one which does not have any parent node. Here in this figure, you can see A is the root node. Okay. If root is not empty, then T1, T2 and T3 are the subtrees of the root node. Okay. Next is a leaf node. The node of the tree which does not have any child node is called a leaf node. Here you can see E, J, K, H and I. These are the leaf nodes, or we can also say terminal nodes, or we can also say the external nodes. Okay. Next is what is the edge? Edge refers a link between vertices. Edge AB, edge BE, there is a link between B and E. Okay. Next is the path. The sequence of edges is called a path. The path from A to F is edge AB followed by edge BF, and it is represented as edge AB followed by arrow and followed by edge BF. The path from A to K is edge AC followed by arrow followed by the edge CG followed by arrow and followed by the edge GK. Okay. Now next is the length of a path. Length of a path is the number of edges in the path. You can say the length of a path from A to J is equal to number of edges in this path. The number of edges, first is AB, next is PF and next is FJ. Therefore, the length of the path from A to J is equal to the number of edges, that is, there are 3 edges, means the length of the path from A to J is equal to 3. Okay. Next, what is the ancestor node? An ancestor node is any predecessor node on a path from root to that node. Okay. The ancestor of the node B is A. Okay. The ancestor of a node F is B and A. Okay. Ancestor of node K is, you can say, G, C and A. So these are the ancestor nodes of node K. Next is what is the descendant node? And descendant node is any successor node on the path from node to the leaf node. Then descendants of node B are, you can say, F and J. Descendants of node D are, you can say, H and I. Next is what is the degree of a node? A degree of a node is equal to the number of child the node has. For example, the degree of node B is 2, since it has 2 child node E and F. Degree of node K is 0, because this node does not have any child node. Okay. Degree can be classified into in degree and out degree. What is the in degree? The number of coming edges to a node is called the in degree. For example, the node K has 1 in degree, since it has only 1 coming edge. Okay. Now, the out degree. The out degree of a node is equal to number of outgoing edges from that node. The out degree of a node B is 2, since there are 2 outgoing edges from node B. Out degree of node G is 1, since only 1 is coming out from that node. Okay. Next is a level of a node. Each node is assigned a level number, one more than its parent level number. Okay. And the root node is always assigned a 0 level number. Therefore, the level number of node B is 1 more than the level number of node A, means its parent node. The parent node's level number is 0. Therefore, the level number of node B is 1 more than its parent node, that is 0 plus 1 means 1. Level number of node F is 1 more than the level number of its parent node B. And what is the level number of parent node B? Is equal to 1. Therefore, the node F has a level number 2. In this way, you can determine the level number of any node of a tree. Okay. Next is the depth of a node. A depth of a node is the length of the path from root to that node. So what is the depth of a node F? Is equal to the length of the path from root to F. And what is the path? AB followed by BF. Okay, and the length of a path is equal to number of edges in the path. Here you can see there are two edges, AB and BF. Therefore, the length of a path A to F is equal to 2. Therefore, we can say the depth of a node F is equal to 2. Okay, now what is the depth of node K? Is equal to the length of a path of this node from the root node. And what is the path? AC, CG, and GK. Okay, and how a path is represented? A path is represented by the edge followed by the arrow. So AC followed by the arrow followed by the edge CG followed by arrow and followed by the edge GK. And what is the length of this path? Number of edges in this path. There are 3 edges in this path. Means depth of node K is equal to 3. Okay. Next is and what is the depth of a tree? Depth of a tree is the length of a path from root to the deepest node. So depth of this tree is 3. Okay. Next is what is the height of a node? The height of a node is the length of a path from node to its distant node. Therefore, suppose we want to find out the height of a node B. Here you can see the height of node B is the length of the deepest path from node B to the terminal nodes. Okay. So here you can see the height of B is the length of the distant nodes, means BF and FJ, means the height of the node B is equal to 2. Okay. Before to this, I want to say what is a leaf node? A node of the tree which does not have any child is called a leaf node. Here you can see E, J, K, H, and I. These are the leaf nodes. And these are also called the terminal nodes or the external nodes. Okay. Now, what is the height of a tree? The height of the tree is equal to the length of the deepest node from the root. The height of this tree is equal to 3. Okay, so these are the some terminology which we can use in the study of this the tree. Okay. Now we have already discussed the basic glossary. What is the age? What is the ancestor node? What is the descendant nodes? What is the path? What is the leaf node? Depth. What is the depth of a tree? What is the height of a node? Okay. You should keep in your mind for a given tree, depth and height should be same. Okay. Degree of a node. Degree of a node is equal to the number of children that a node has. Okay. So degree of a leaf node is 0. Okay. In a tree, there is exactly one edge between a pair of vertices, and there are no cycles and self loops. A tree can never be empty, but a binary tree may be empty. Here you can see the difference between the depth and the height. Each leaf node is assigned a height 0 and root node is always assigned a depth 0. Okay. Now, here you can see one is the root node and depth of this root node 1 is 0 and height is 4. Okay. And what is the height? We have already discussed this. Height is the length of the deepest nodes from the root. Okay. Now, when you look a tree as a whole, the depth and height of a tree is equal to the height of the root node. The height of this tree is 4 and the depth of this tree is 4. Height and depth for a given tree should be same value. Okay. Suppose you want to determine the depth of a node 4. So depth of node 4 is 1 more than the depth of its parent, that is node 2. The 2 has depth 1, therefore the node 4 has a depth 1 more, that is a 2. So depth of node 2 is equal to depth of its 1 more than depth of its parent node. So parent node has a depth 0, therefore the node 2 has a depth 1. Okay, so this way you can determine the height and depth. Okay, and the basic difference is that the root node is always assigned a depth 0 and each leaf node is always assigned a height 0. Okay, and when you look a tree as a whole, the height and depth of a tree is equal to the height of the root node and they should be same. The height and depth of a given tree should be same value and is equal to the height of the root node. Okay. Types of a tree: general tree, forest tree, binary search tree, expression tree, and tournament tree. Here in this video, we will talk about what is a binary tree. So let us start. What is a binary tree? Binary tree is a finite set of elements that is either empty or is partitioned into 3 disjoint subsets. One subset contains a single element, a node called the root node. Rest of the subsets are themselves a binary tree called left and right subtrees of the original tree. In a binary tree, each node has 0, 1 or at most 2 children. A node that has a 0 children is called a leaf node. We have already discussed it. Okay. This figure depicts a binary tree. Okay. One is a root node, 4, 8, 9, 10 and 7. These are the leaf nodes, or you can say a terminal nodes, or you can say the external nodes. Okay. Next is the all nodes that are at the same level and share the same parent are called the siblings, means brothers. For example, you can see here node 4 and 5 are siblings, or you can say the brothers. Why? Because both have a same level and both have a same parent. Therefore, 4 and 5 are brothers or sibling nodes. In the same way, we can say 6 and 7 belong a same level and have a same parent node 3. Therefore, 6 and 7 are also siblings or brothers. But we cannot say 5 and 6 are brothers. Here you can see both have a same level, but the parents are not same. Therefore, we cannot say 5 and 6 are siblings or brothers. Okay. 2 and 3 are siblings or brothers because both have a same parent node 1. Okay. Next, the height of a binary tree with n nodes is at least floor log n base 2 and at most n minus 1. Okay. A binary tree of height h has at least h plus 1 nodes and at most 2 to the power h plus 1 minus 1 nodes. Types of binary tree. There are two general types of binary tree: a structurally binary tree and next is a complete binary tree. Let us see what is a structurally binary tree. Binary tree, sometimes it is also called expanded binary tree and a two tree. In a structurally binary tree, each node has either 0 or 2 children. Strictly binary tree with n leaves has 2n minus 1 nodes, and total number of nodes in a strictly binary tree always an odd number. Okay. Here you can see this is this figure represents a strictly binary tree. Why? Here you can see each node has either 0 children or 2 children. You can see. Okay. Next is the topic is converting a binary to a strictly binary tree. Each node in a binary tree, we already know, has 0, 1 or at most 2 children. But in a strictly binary tree, each node has either 0 children or 2 children. Okay. Now, how will we convert a binary tree into a strictly binary tree? Let us see. Here you can see in the left hand side of figure, node 2 has only one child node. Therefore, to add one additional node to this node 2. Now, here we are making take a node 8 and make this node as a child node of 2. Okay. Now 2 has two children. Now 3 has only one children. Therefore, add one additional node to node 3 as a child node. Okay. Now we have added a node 9 as a child node to node 3. Now we have this way we have converted, we can convert a binary tree into a strictly binary tree. What is the difference? In a binary tree, each node has either 0 or 1 or at most 2 children. But in a strictly binary tree, each node has either 0 or 2 children. Okay. Next topic. Complete binary tree. What is a complete binary tree? Again, a complete binary tree is a binary tree that satisfies two properties. What are the two properties? Every level except possibly last is completely filled. Next property, all nodes at the last level appear as far left as possible. Okay. Next, level R of complete binary tree can have at most 2 power R nodes. Okay, means a node is completely, level is completely filled. Next, in a complete binary tree, Tn means a complete binary tree having n nodes. Means there are exactly n nodes. Okay. The depth of a complete binary tree having exactly n nodes is given as dn mod log n base 2 plus 1. If level of a parent node is k, then its left child level will be 2k and its right child level will be 2k plus 1. The level of parent of node k is a floor k divided by 2. Here you can see this is a complete binary tree. Why it is a complete binary tree? Let us see. Level 0 has only one node. You can see. Level 2 has 2 power 0. Sorry. Level 1 has 2 power 0 nodes. Means one node. Level 1 maximum number of nodes in a binary tree at level number 1 is 2 power 1. That is 2. Here you can see in the figure. At level 2, maximum number of nodes at level number 2 is equal to 2 power 2. That is 4. Here you can see there are 4 nodes. At level number 3, 2 power 3 means maximum number of nodes at level number 3 must be equal to 8. Here you can see there are 8 nodes. Okay. So this is a complete binary tree because each level has maximum number of nodes, first thing, and at the last level you can see nodes are left justified as left as possible. Therefore, it is a complete binary tree of 20 nodes. Is that clear? A binary tree will satisfy two properties is called a complete binary tree. This is a complete binary tree since it satisfies the two properties. Therefore, it is a complete binary tree. Next, how will we store a binary tree in computer memory? So there are three common ways of representation of a binary tree in computer memory. First is the linked representation, means with the help of a array. Linked representation, dynamic memory allocation. Next is the sequential representation, means implicit array representation. Okay, so let us start with a linked representation using array. In linked representation of a binary tree, we take the help of three arrays: info, left, and right, and one pointer variable root. Okay. Next, each node n of a tree will correspond to a location k such that info k contains the data at node n, left k contains the location of the left child of node n, right k contains the location of a right child of node n. Root will contain the location of the root of the binary tree t. If any subtree is empty, then the corresponding pointer will contain the null value. If root is null, then tree is empty. Is it clear? Now, let us see. Here, the left-hand side is the binary, the figure of a binary tree, and right-hand side is the schematic diagram of a binary tree. Okay. Here, this figure depicts how the linked representation may appear in memory for a binary tree, shown in a previous slides. Let us see. Here you can see there are three parallel arrays: info, left, and right, and there is a pointer variable root. Here you can see the root has value 3. What it means? It gives the location of root node in array info. Okay, means info 3 gives the root node value, and here in figure you can see the root node is info 3 is equal to 1, means root node is 1. Okay. Next, what is the left child of the root and what is the right child of root? Okay, so left 3 gives the left child and right 3 gives the location of a right child in info array. So left child of node 1 is placed at location left 3. Here you can see the value is 6. Means left child of node 1 is at location 6 of info 6. Info 6 is, you can see, the 2. So 2 is the left node of a root. You can see in the previous picture the left node of 1 is at the 2 and the right node is 3, and you can see the right node is at location 0. Right 3 is equal to 0 and info 0 is 3 and is at the location 0 at the info array. Okay, so this way we can represent a binary tree with the help of array. Okay, now here you can see the left child of node 3 is at location 7 and you can see the right child is null. Here you can see -1. So -1 indicates the null. Here in the previous picture you can see the left child has value 5 but the right child is null. Okay, so you can see. So left child of node 3 is at location 7, that is left 0. Left 0 is 7 at the 7th location and the value of info 7 is 5. And right child of node 3 means right 0 is equal to -1. It indicates that there is no right child of node 3. You can see. Here you can see. Okay. So this way you can represent a binary tree with the help of array. Okay. Next. Linked representation of a binary tree with the help of a dynamic memory management. A binary tree node may be defined in a C language as follows. Struct node. First is the info, means the information. Next is the struct node, is a pointer type variable star left. Right is again a pointer variable struct node star right. Okay. So this way we can represent a node of a binary tree in a linked representation. Next is a sequential representation with the help of implicit array representation. Sequential representation, that is a implicit array representation of a binary tree in computer memory. Here we use one-dimensional array to represent a binary tree in computer memory. It is one of the simplest way to represent a binary tree in computer memory. There is one drawback, it is inefficient as it requires a lot of memory space. Next drawback, it is a static. Next assumption is the root of a binary tree will be stored in first location. And children of a node stored in K will be stored in locations 2K and 2K plus 1. This representation saves storage space for trees known to be almost complete. And this representation cannot be used for trees such as left or right skewed trees, since it is a wastage of memory space. Next is the maximum size of array is equal to 2 to the power h plus 1 minus 1, where s is the height of a binary tree. Okay. So these are some points when we are going to represent a binary tree in computer memory with the help of implicit array representation. Now suppose let us take a binary tree in the which is represented in the left hand side of figure. This binary tree has 7 nodes. And the height of this binary tree, you can see 1, 2, 3. The height of a binary tree is 3. To store a binary tree of height 3, what is the memory space required? The memory space requirement to store a binary tree of height h is equal to 2 to the power h plus 1 minus 1. Here you can see the height of this tree is 3. And why the height of this tree is 3? What is the height of the tree? The height of a tree is equal to the length of the path or deepest node path from the root node. Deepest node here you can see the node, either the node 6 or node 7, and length of the path is 3. Okay, means to store a tree of height h with the help of array, we need 2 to the power h plus 1 minus 1 memory location, that is 2 to the power 3 plus 1 minus 1, that is 2 to the power 4 minus 1, that is 16 minus 1, 15 memory locations are required to store a tree of height 3. Here you can see the root node where we store a root node 1. We stored the root node 1 at the location 1 of the array. In the picture, right hand side, you can see the root node 1 is stored at location 1. And the left child of node 1 is to be stored at the location 1 into 2, that is 2, and the right side 2 plus 1, that is 3. You can see in the figure, right hand side figure, 2 and 3 are stored at location 2 and 3. Suppose where we want to store the left child of node 5 and the right child of node 5. The left child of node 5 is at location 6. Left child of node 5 is 6 and right child of location of node 5 is 7. So left child of node 5 is to be stored at the location 5 into 2, that is 10. And the right child of node 5 is to be stored at the location 5 into 2 plus 1, that is 11. In the figure you can see the node 6 is stored at the location 10 and node 7 is stored at location 7 in one-dimensional array. Now suppose we want to store the right child of node 3. Here you can see the right child of node 3 is null. There is no right child of node 3. Then we store a null value at location 3 into 2 plus 1, that is 6 plus 1, that is the 7. Here you can see at the 7 location, the null value is stored. So this way we can store a binary tree with the help of array into a computer memory. Okay. Next, let us take this is again a binary tree, and height of this binary tree is again a 3. Okay. Next, you can see in the figure, bottom figure, there is a one-dimensional array. And to store, as we already know, to store a binary tree of height h, we need a memory space is equal to 2 to the power h plus 1 minus 1. That is, here height is 3. The 2 to the power 3 plus 1, that is 2 to the power 4 minus 1, that is 15. We need a 15 memory locations to store the height of this tree, and this tree has height 3 to a computer memory. Okay. Here you can observe that to store 4 nodes, we require a 15 memory locations. Means, and most of the memory locations you can see are the null value. And this is one of the drawbacks of array representation of binary tree in computer memory. Implicit array representation of binary tree in a computer memory. As we have already told you, this implicit array representation is not useful to store a left skewed or the right skewed binary tree. Okay. Next topic is traversing of binary tree. Traversing of binary tree means visiting the nodes of a binary tree. There are 3 standard ways of visiting a binary tree. First is the pre-order traversal, next is the in-order traversal, and next is the post-order traversal. So let us see one by one. What is the pre-order traversal? In pre-order traversal, the first step is we visit the root node, means process the root node. Next step, traverse the left subtree of the root node in pre-order. Next step, we traverse the right subtree of the root node in pre-order. Okay. With the help of these three steps, we traverse a binary tree in pre-order traversal. Process the root node, traverse the left subtree in pre-order, and next is the traverse the right subtree in a pre-order. The pre-order traversal is also called a depth first traversal algorithm. Sometimes it is also called NLR traversal algorithm. N means node, yeah, or you can say the root node, left, right traversal algorithm. Pre-order traversal is used to construct prefix notation from an expression tree. And how will we do this? We will discuss this portion in the next video. Let us see, this is a pre-order traversal algorithm. Step 1 is the repeat steps 2, 3, and 4 until tree becomes null. Step 2, process root node. Step 3, pre-order left subtree. Here you can see this is a recursive manner. We have defined the pre-order traversal algorithm. Step 4 is the pre-order right subtree. Step 5 is the stop. Next, binary tree and the pre-order traversal. Let us see. How will we visit traverse a binary tree with the help of a pre-order traversal? In pre-order traversal, the first step is we visit the root node. Next step, traverse the left subtree in a pre-order. Next, traverse the right subtree in a pre-order. Was this a figure? Here you can see the number outside node represents order of node traversal. Okay. Here you want to know the traversal sequence. Binary tree is given and we want to find out the traversal sequence, pre-order traversal sequence. Okay. In pre-order traversal sequence, first we visit the root. What is the root of this tree? Tree is A. A is the root of the tree. Visit the root tree means process the root node. And suppose here we want to print the contents of the root node. Okay. Now A is printed on the screen. Okay. Now what is the next step? Traverse the left subtree. Means we are calling the pre-order function again. Okay. And next step is the traversing the right subtree. Okay. In the pre-order, in a recursive manner. Now, the traversing the right subtree is suspended activity, and this information goes on the stack. Now, we are calling the pre-order traversal function with the help of the left subtree. Now, what is the root of the left subtree? B. And what is the first step when we are calling a pre-order traversal algorithm? Visit the root node. Okay, means the contents of root node is printed on the screen. What is the content? B. The B is printed on the screen. Okay. Next step, traverse the left subtree, and the right subtree is a suspended activity, and this information goes on the screen. Okay. When we call the function preorder with the left subtree of D, so D node D becomes a root. The contents of root node, that is D, is printed on the screen. Okay. Next, the right subtree is suspended activity, and we are calling the same function preorder traversal with the left subtree, and at this time, what is the root node? Root node is a G. Now G is printed on the screen. Okay. At this place, control is returned back. And what is the most suspended activity at this time? You can say the calling of the preorder traversal with the right subtree of node D means we are calling the preorder function with the help of the right subtree of node D. At this time, H, node H is the root of the tree. So H is printed on the screen. Next step. Right subtree is suspended, and next activity is we are calling the preorder function with the help of left subtree of H. And here you can observe that there is no left subtree of H. Therefore, control goes to the most suspended activity, that is a right subtree of H. Okay, means at this time we are calling the preorder function with the right subtree of H, that is a root with a node. Root of the tree is K. Now K is printed on the screen. Okay, and here you can see left and right subtrees are empty. Okay. Next most suspended activity is the right subtree of node B. That is, the root of right subtree of node B is E. Here you can see the E is printed on the screen, and left and right subtrees are empty. Next most suspended activity is the right subtree of node A. Now control goes to the recursive call of preorder traversal with the right subtree, and at this time the root is the contents of node C, that is a C. So C is printed on the screen, and this way we can traverse the visit a nodes of a binary tree with the help of a preorder traversal. Okay. Next is the in-order traversal algorithm. In-order traversal algorithm, first we traverse the left subtree of the root node. Next, process the root node, means visit the root node. Next step, traverse the right subtree in order way. Okay, and it is very easy to write this algorithm in a recursive manner. Okay, the in-order traversal is also called a symmetrical traversal algorithm. Sometimes it is also called LNR traversal algorithm. L means left, N means root node, and R means right traversal algorithm. With the help of this traversal sequence, we can convert a given expression tree into a infix notation. Okay, and this is in-order traversal algorithm, Here the algorithm is written in the recursive manner. Step 1, repeat steps 2, 3 and 4 until tree becomes null. Step 2, in order left subtree. Step 3, process root node. Step 4, in order right subtree. Step 5, stop. Okay. Now, let us take a binary tree, and how will we find in order traversal of this binary tree? Again, the number outside the node represents the order of node traversal. Okay. And what is the in order traversal? In order traversal, first we traverse the left subtree of a root node, then process the root node, then we process the right node. Is it clear? Okay. So let us start with this binary tree. Here you can see the root node of this binary tree is A. Okay. The first step is traverse the root node. This activity is suspended. Traverse the root node, left subtree of the root node. The first step is traverse the left subtree of the root node. Means the control goes at the node B. Means we are calling the in order traversal with left subtree. What is the a root node of this left subtree? You can say B. Again, the first step is, what is the first step? Traverse the left subtree in order traversal. Means the control goes to the left subtree of B, that is a D. No D. Okay. Again we call the function. Okay. In order traversal with root node D. And what is the left subtree of this node D? You can see the root of the left subtree of node D is G. Is it clear? Now, here you can see at this node, is there any left subtree? You can see no, null. Means what is the next step? We process the root node. Means we visit the root node. Means here we want to print the contents of the node, root node. And what is the root node at this place? G. So G is printed on the screen. What is the next step? In order traversal, right subtree of G. Here you can see null. Okay. What are the suspended activity? Most suspended activity is, you can say, the parent of this G node. Means control goes to at this place D, node D. Okay. So left subtree is this state. What is the next step? Root node is processed. At this time, what is the root node? D. So D is printed on the screen. Next suspended activity is, you can see the right subtree of this D means H. Okay. At this, the control goes to the in order traversal of left subtree of H. Here you can see there is no left subtree of H. Means root node is printed. That is H is printed on the screen. Next step, the right subtree of H. Means K is printed on the screen. What will be the next most suspended activity? Here you can see the node B. So we have finished the left subtree of node B. Now the control goes to the root of B, the node B, root node B. So B is printed on the screen. Next, in order traversal of node B. means at this time, what is the root node? You can say E. Okay. And what is the left subtree of E? You can say null. So next step, E is printed on the screen. What is the right subtree? Null. Control goes to the next suspended activity. You can say the processing of root node A. Okay. So A is printed on the screen. Next, the right subtree of A. At this time, root is C. And what is the left subtree of this C? You can say null. Okay, means suspended activity processing of root C, means C is printed on the screen. Next, control goes to the right subtree of C. F is the root node. Control goes to the, you can say, left subtree of F. And root node is I at this time. And left subtree is null. Therefore, control goes to the I is printed on the screen. Next suspended activity, you can say processing of node F. F is printed on the screen. Next suspended activity, you can say the right subtree of J. Right subtree of A, F, that is a J. And what is the left subtree of J? L. So L is printed on the screen since the left subtree is null. Okay. The control goes to the node L and L is printed on the screen. Next, right subtree is null. Control goes back to the node J. Left subtree of J is finished. Now control goes to the node J and J is printed on the screen. And there is no right subtree of node J. And this way, algorithm is terminated. And we have visited all nodes of binary tree with the help of in-order traversal. Okay. Next topic is post-order traversal. In post-order traversal, first we traverse the left subtree in post-order manner, then traverse the right subtree in a post-order manner, next process the root node. Okay, means first we traverse the left subtree, then right subtree, and at last we process the root node. Okay. This post-order traversal is called LRN. L means left subtree, R means right subtree, here N means root node traversal algorithm. And this traversal algorithm is used to construct post-order notation from an expression tree. So let us see how will we find out the post-order sequence of a given binary tree. Let us see the algorithm. Step 1, repeat steps 2, 3, and 4 until tree becomes null. Step 2, post-order, we are calling the function or algorithm with a left subtree. Next step, you can see the post-order right subtree. We are traversing the right subtree in a post-order manner. At last, process the root node. Next step is the stop. Okay. Let us see how we find out a post-order traversal sequence of a given binary tree. Okay. Now, root of the node is A. So we start the calling of post-order traversal algorithm with a root node A. What is the first step? First we process a left subtree, then right subtree, and then the root node of the left subtree. Okay. The control goes to the left subtree of root node A. Okay. Now again, B is the root node. Again, we call the function with a left subtree of B. Means the root node is left subtree of B is D. Now control again calls the algorithm with the left subtree of D. And here you can see what is the left subtree of D is. You can see the G. Again, we call the post order traversal with the left subtree of G. Here you can see left subtree is empty. And what is the suspended activity? Right subtree of G. Here you can see the right subtree of G is null. Next suspended activity, processing of root node. And what is the root node? G. Therefore, here we want to print the contents of the root node G. And G is printed on the screen. Okay. The first node which is printed on the screen is G. Next, we have processed the right subtree of D. What are the suspended activity? We have, okay, the right subtree of D is a suspended activity, and after that, the root of root node D. Okay, the control goes to the right subtree of D. Okay, at this time, H is the root node. Okay, we call the post order traversal with the left subtree of H. Here you can see null. Then next step, we call the post order traversal algorithm with the right subtree of H, that is a K. And here you can see K is the root node. Again, we call the left subtree of K null. Okay, next step, the algorithm is terminated at this place. We call the right subtree of K null. Then next step, process the root node, K is printed on the screen. Next suspended activity, you can see the root node, the parent of K, that is the root node H of K. So H is printed on the screen. Okay. Here you can see the left subtree of B is finished. Next step, right subtree of B. The control goes to the right subtree of B. Means the root node of right subtree of B is E. Now we call the post order function with the left subtree of E null. Then call the function with the right subtree of E null. Next step, we process the root node, E is printed on the screen. Okay. Now we have finished the printing of left subtree of A. Is it clear? Next suspended activity is the processing of a right subtree of A. Okay. Here you can see C is the root node. Okay. Left subtree is empty. Control goes to the right subtree of C. Means the root node is F. Control goes to the left subtree of F. Here the root node is I. Left subtree is empty of I. Right subtree is empty of I. Now the control goes to print the contents of node I. So I is printed on the screen. Okay. Now control goes to the right subtree of node F. The root node is J. The control goes to the left subtree of J, that is a node L. And here the left and right subtree both are empty. Therefore, the L is printed on the screen. Next, there is no right subtree of node J. Therefore, J is printed on the screen. And here you can see the processing of left subtree and processing of right subtree both are finished. Then we visit the node F. We process the node F. and print the node F on the screen. Okay, the control goes to the parent of node F, that is a node C, and this is a recent suspended activity. The C is printed on the screen. Here you can observe that processing of left subtree has been finished. Processing of the right subtree has been finished at this time. What is the most suspended activity? You can say left subtree is finished, right subtree is finished. Most suspended activity is the processing of the root of the binary tree, that is A. A is printed on the. Okay, so this way we can traverse a binary tree with the help of a post-order traversal algorithm. Last topic of this video is constructing a binary tree from a traversal of a binary tree. Traversal sequence of a binary trees are given, and here our objective is to construct a binary tree. Please note some important points. At least two traversal sequence must be given. Okay. One of the traversal sequence must be in order, and the second traversal sequence can be either a pre-order or a post-order. Okay. We can construct a binary tree from a given traversal sequences if we know two traversal sequences. One of the traversal sequence must be in order traversal sequence, and the second traversal sequence may be a pre-order traversal sequence or the post-order traversal sequence. Is it clear? The pre-order traversal sequence, the first node in the pre-order traversal sequence gives the idea of the root of the entire binary tree. First thing. And the last node in the post-order traversal sequence gives the idea of the root of the binary tree. Keep this point in your mind. Next, the in-order traversal sequence is used to determine the nodes of the left subtree of the root node and the nodes of the right subtree of the root node. Okay. Next, the algorithm is as follows. First, we use the pre-order, that is the first node, or the post-order, the last node sequence to determine the root node of the tree. The first node of the pre-order traversal sequence and the last node of the post-order sequence gives the root node of the tree. Okay. Next, in pre-order, the first node would be the root node, and in the post-order, the last node be a root. Step second. First, we determine the root node of a tree. Next step, what will we do? Elements on the left side of the root node in the in-order traversal sequence form the left subtree of the root. Similarly, elements on the right side of the root node in the in-order sequence form the right subtree of the root node. Step third, recursively select each element from pre-order or a post-order traversal sequence and left or right subtree from the in-order traversal sequence. Keeping these three steps in mind, we can construct a binary tree from a given traversal sequence. One of the traversal sequence must be the in-order, and the next traversal sequence may be a pre-order or you can say the post-order. Suppose the in-order traversal sequence is D, B, E, A, F, C, G. And the post-order traversal sequence is A, B, D, E, C, F, G. As I have told you, the first step is to look the pre-order traversal sequence. The first node of the pre-order traversal sequence, and this gives the information about the root of the binary tree. Here you can see the first node in pre-order traversal sequence is A. Therefore, you can say that A is the root of the binary tree. Okay, finish, final. Okay, next step. Now look the in-order traversal sequence. All the left side nodes in in-order traversal sequence gives the nodes in the left subtree of A, and all the nodes in the right of A in in-order traversal sequence gives the nodes in the right subtree. Okay. Now, in the figure you can see A is the root of the node, we have determined. And what are the nodes in the left subtree? D, B, A. And what are the nodes in the right subtree? You can say F, C, G. Because these nodes appear the right of A in the in-order traversal sequence. Is that clear? Now, next step, we focus on the right subtree of A. Okay. Now, in the right subtree of A, what are the nodes? D, B, A. Is that clear? Now, next step, we look the next node in the pre-order traversal sequence. Here you can see the next node is B. Okay, and B belongs to D, B, E. B belongs to the left subtree of A. Okay, so B is the root of the left subtree of A. Is it clear? The root is B is the root of the left subtree of A. Is it clear? Now next, look the in-order traversal sequence. Here you can see only one node in the left of the B and only one node in the right of the B. You can see E. Now, so D becomes the left child of B and E becomes the right child of B. Okay. Now, next step. So we have finished the left subtree of A. Now focus on the right subtree of A. F, C, G. Now, okay. Now here you can see A, B, D, E. We skip D, E. Why we skip D, E? Because these nodes are in the left subtree of A. Now, we are focusing on the right subtree of A. Here you can see what are the nodes F, C, G. In F, C, G, C appears first in the pre-order traversal sequence. Therefore, we can say C is the root node of right subtree of A. Means FCG. In FCG, C becomes a root node. Okay. Now focus on the in-order traversal sequence. You can see the left of C is F. So now F becomes the left child of C, and G is the right of C. Therefore, G becomes the right child of C. In this way, we can construct a binary tree from a given sequence of traversals. Okay. Now next problem. In order traversal sequence is suppose D, B, H, E, I, A, F, J, C, G. And here the post order traversal sequence is given. D, H, I, E, B, J, F, G, C, A. As we know, in the post order traversal sequence, the last node gives the root of the binary tree. Okay. Here A is the last node in the post order traversal sequence. Therefore, A is the root of the binary tree. Okay. First step is finished. Now next. What are the nodes in the left of A and what are the nodes in the right of A in the in order traversal sequence? You can see D, B, H, E, I. These are the left of A, F, J, C, G. These are the right of A. Therefore, D, B, H, E, I belongs to the nodes of the left subtree of A, and F, J, C, G belong to the nodes of the right subtree of A. Okay. Now, focus on the right subtree of A. For example, you can focus on the left subtree also. Suppose one has focus on the right subtree of A. Okay. The nodes are F, J, C, G. Okay. Now, moves in the post order traversal sequence right to left. Now here you can see in right nodes of right subtree, the node C appears first. It means C becomes the root of the right subtree. Okay. Next step. See the left and right of the in order traversal sequence. You can see G is the right of C. Therefore, G becomes the right child of node C. And Fj nodes are the left of C, and these nodes becomes the left subtree of C. Okay. Now, focus on the left subtree of C, that is Fj. Okay. Now, moves in the right to left direction in the post order traversal sequence. Here you can see in Fj nodes, F appears first. Therefore, F becomes the root of the Fj nodes. Okay. Now, look the in order sequence. J is the right of the F. Therefore, J becomes the right child of F. So we have finished the left subtree of C. Okay. Now, focus on the left subtree of A, D, B, H, E, I. And in these nodes, you can see B appears first in the post order traversal sequence. Therefore, B becomes the root of the left subtree of A. Okay. Now you can see the in order traversal sequence. D is the left of B, therefore D becomes the left child of B. And nodes H, E, I are the right of B, therefore these nodes becomes the nodes of the right subtree of B. Okay. Now focus on H, E, I. Here in HEI, E appears first in the post-order traversal sequence. You can say E becomes the root of the HEI. Okay. Now see the in-order traversal sequence. Here you can see I in the right hand side of E. Therefore, I becomes the right child of E. And H is the left of E. Therefore, H becomes the left child of H. So this way you can construct a binary tree from a given traversal sequence. These are the reference for more study. Any questions? Thank you very much.